Hi CBC Kids. Today's story is about Moses and his journey through the wilderness. I have my helpers, my son Evan, who will be Moses, and my son Tyler, who will represent all of God's people. And we're going to journey through the wilderness and see how God provides just what we need in the right time. Before Moses came across God's people, they were suffering. They had gone through so much. They continued to trust God through those times, but it was really difficult times. And then Moses came, and God appointed him. He gave him all the tools he needed to lead God's people out of their situation, and they had to journey a long way through what they call the wilderness. We're going to use the woods as a wilderness today, but their wilderness probably looked a lot more like desert. God's people had to leave everything behind and follow Moses, follow God, and trust that he would provide everything they needed. They didn't have, they traveled on foot, so they didn't have a lot that they could carry with them. So God had to give them the food that they needed. They were in the middle of the desert. They couldn't just stop at the store. They needed food, they needed water, and God provided those things that they needed. And they had to trust God for a very long time. They journeyed through this wilderness, through this desert for 40 years. Trusting God, making mistakes along the way, and coming back again to trust God. So we're going to see a little piece of this story today.
I'm Moses.
You're not Evan. Who are you?
I'm Moses. Oh.
You're Moses. And God said to you, what are you doing out here in the wilderness?
I'm going to go in what?
You're going to go in the wilderness, and you're going to follow God, right?
Okay. Okay, Mommy. Well, now God's people.
Okay.
Go and what?
Moses is going to lead the way. Okay, go lead them through the wilderness.
Okay.
Okay, so Moses led all of God's people, short and tall, through the wilderness, which our wilderness looks like woods. Their wilderness probably looked like desert. All right. Oh, hey, Moses, your people are grumbling. They're complaining. There's a problem. What do you think their problem is? He's hungry. He's hungry back here. He's not going to move any farther. He's hungry. So Moses prayed to God. You're going to pray to God? What are you going to ask God for, Moses?
Tell me.
Are you going to pray? You're praying to God. You're asking for food. Praying for food.
Dear God, thank you for food. Thank you for the morning time and my food.
God gave manna from the sky. Manna was kind of like crackers. And he gave them just what they needed. So what do you say? You say, thank you, God, for giving us what we need. God's people got thirsty after all this long journey, and I think they're already finding it. Moses prayed again. Okay, Moses, can you pray again? Pray to God.
Dear God, thank you for the food.
And what are you asking God for this time? Thank you for the food, but what are you asking God for this time? Just a drink. That's right. We just need some water. All right. Now God told Moses to hit this rock. Can you hit the rock?
Okay.
Or the water table? Hit the rock with a stick. Yay! And look, suddenly there's water to drink. We'll just pretend. Just pretend. Oh, yay! And God's people and Moses knew that God provides just what they need.
Just what
God's people and Moses had to wander through the wilderness, which was like a desert, but we used the forest today, for a long time. And they didn't know how long the journey was going to be, but they trusted God and they prayed to God and asked Him for just what they needed, and God provided just what they needed.